Hello there and welcome back. In this video I am going to show you how to change a nudge value. So you might be wondering what is a nudge value anyway? Well, a nudge value allows you to position the layers more precisely on the canvas by using the arrow keys. And there are two different nudge values, a small nudge and a big nudge. So here, as you can see, we have one frame, right? And now on this frame, I'm going to enable the grid. So each and every grid here has a 10 pixels, right? So I'm going to just zoom in here a little bit so we can see all those grids a little bit more. There you go. So if I select the rectangular tool and try to draw here a rectangle, then you will see that this rectangle will basically snap to each and every grid we have here, right? So when I select this rectangle and press the up arrow key, as you can see, this rectangle will move by 1, okay? So now I'm going to press the down arrow key and I'm going to move this rectangle down by 1. So as you can see, now I'm going to move this rectangle 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we go. So basically now we can see that each and every rectangular grid here contains 10 pixels, right? And with the arrow keys, we were able to move our actual element by 1. And that 1 actually represents the nudge value, right? And that nudge value that we have used represents a small nudge. However, if you want to use a big nudge, then you can just hold down the shift and then move your up and down arrow keys like that. And with a big nudge, we will be able to move our actual elements by 10 pixels, right? So a default value for a big nudge is 10 pixels, while for a small nudge is 1 pixel, okay? And we can change those two nudge values by going to this menu, and then preferences, and then a nudge amount. So here we can see that the small nudge contains a 1 and the big nudge contains a 10. We can of course modify those two values, but at the moment I'm going to leave those values as default ones. So you can use a small nudge just by pressing up and down arrows, and you can use a big nudge by holding down the shift and then pressing up and down arrows. And there you go. So this is quite useful, especially when you are working with the grids. And for example, let's say that we want to increase this actual rectangle, right? So we can move that right here, and we can hold down the shift and left or right arrow. There we go. So now we can move this actual rectangle on the right side by 10 pixels, okay? So there you go, once more. So hold down the shift and press right arrow key. There you go. Left arrow key and shift. Shift and down arrow, shift and up arrow. So that's how basically it works. Of course, you can increase that nudge value as you want, but at the moment I like having those default values, which is 1 pixel for a small nudge and 10 pixels for a big nudge. And there you go. So now you have learned about those two concepts. And for this video, that will be all.